Hare Krishna. So in Srimad Bhagavata Purana, so in Canto 7, so there is a pastime of Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu described in detail. There when Hiranyakashipu calls Prahlad and asks him, what did you learn in your Gurukul? So Prahlad answers that SRAVANAM KIRTANAM Vishnum smaranam PADASEVANAM ARCHANAM VANDANAM DASYAM SAKHYAM ATMANIVEDANam iti pumsarpitam Vishnu Bhakti Navalakshanam. So here Prahlad is telling, a small 5-year-old boy is telling that, so these 9 limbs, that is SRAVANAM, beginning with SRAVANAM, KIRTANAM. SRAVANAM means to hear about the Lord, to hear the glories of Lord, to hear the fame of Lord, to hear the pastimes of Krishna. So, hear the qualities of Krishna, SRAVANAM, then KIRTANAM, then to chant and sing the glories of Krishna. Kirtana means, Kirti refers to the glories. So this is the word, Sanskrit word Kirti refers to the glories. Kirtana means to sing the glories of Lord Krishna. And it is mentioned in scripture that the best form of Kirtana is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we chant this Maha Mantra with great feeling of love and devotion, and we call for Krishna, please engage me in your service, so then that is called Kirtana. So Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, and Smaranam. The Smaranam is to remember, remembrance, always remembering Krishna, his pastimes with his devotees. So in this way we can always remember Krishna. When we have already heard sufficient stories about Krishna, then we can develop remembrance of Krishna, that is Smaranam. The Smaranam will naturally go deeper when we have heard about Krishna and we are chanting and when we are serving Krishna. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam. Then Padasevanam means it is still more deeper, like when one becomes still more intense in his devotion, then he serves the lotus feet of Krishna. So serving lotus feet of Krishna in the sense, serving the Tadiya of Krishna. Tadiya means those who are closely associated with Krishna. Like we see the Vaishnavas, the Tulsi and the Ganga Yamuna, because all of them rest at the lotus feet of Krishna. The Vaishnavas are always positioned at the lotus feet of Krishna. They are always serving Krishna. That's why when one Vaishnava serves the other Vaishnava, he serves him as he is serving Krishna, because he feels that he is closely associated with Krishna. So by serving him, Krishna also will be pleased by this service. So this comes under Padasevanam. And one serves the Ganges, that is Ganga Devi and Yamuna Devi, by bathing and also by offering lamps. So, and one serves the Tulsi Maharani. So in this way, the serving the close associates of Krishna comes under the Padasevanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, then Archanam. Archanam is the temple worship. Temple, Sanctum Sanctorum, we see the lordships. Radha Krishna are invited by doing Prana Pratishtha and establish the deity worship. So when one is doing the deity worship, he should have complete faith that this is not a material deity, but he is the Supreme Lord Krishna residing here. So when the devotee has such a consciousness and serving the deity, then Krishna will definitely reciprocate with the deity. So that is the faith the devotee carries with worshipping. That is called Archana. SRAVANAM, KIRTANAM, Vishnu smaranam, PADASEVANAM, ARCHANAM, then VANDANAM. So Vandanam means to offer obeisances, offer prayers in front of Krishna. Prayers to award service and to release one from the grip of Maya, from the illusion. So that's why Krishna tells in Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 9, this is exactly the central verse of the whole Bhagavad-Gita. That is, if you see the 18 chapters, this is at the 9th chapter and the last verse of the 9th chapter. It tells, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru ame vaishashi yuktuvaivam atmanam mad parayana. So here Krishna is telling, Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Manmana means in your mind always attached to me. Manmana bhava mad bhakto means become my devotee. So Krishna is directly giving instruction to Arjuna here. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Madhyaji. Madhyaji means worship me. Worshipping Krishna. Madhyaji. Mam namaskuru means offer obeisances to me. So this is a clear instruction of Krishna on Bhakti Yoga. How to perform Bhakti to Krishna. Mam namaskuru. Then Mam evaishasi yuktuvaivam. Then definitely you will come back to me. If you are doing this, then I'll assure that you will come back to me. Mam evaishasi yuktuvaivam atmanam mat parayana. Because you are completely surrendered unto me. So if one is doing this, then surely he will receive the mercy of Krishna. Every day Kanakadasa would come to the Udupi Krishna temple and he would sing prayers and he would compose himself prayers for Krishna, and when he would sing, once Krishna became so pleased, he turned himself to give darshan to Kanakadasa, and there is a small hole through which Kanakadasa got darshan of Krishna. Until now we can see that this temple, so Krishna is facing westwards. In every temple we see the Lord is Krishna is facing towards the east, but in this temple we can see Krishna is facing towards the west, because he has turned himself completely 180 degree in opposite direction just to show himself to Kanakadasa. So this is how Krishna is reciprocating with the devotees. That's why I was saying, Manmana bhava mad bhakto. If you become my devotee, I reciprocate equally with you. So I also reciprocate in the same way with you. The further Prahlad says that Archanam, Vandanam, DASYAM. DASYAM means worshipping Krishna with the mood of servant. So when one has this mood of dasa, that I am a servant of Krishna, every activity he does is only to satisfy Krishna. All his actions is just to perform, is just to please Krishna. So Dasyam, then Sakhyam and ATMANIVEDANAM. Sakhyam means still the devotion gets intensified for Krishna, and serving Krishna on the level of friend, like Arjun and all the Pandavas were aware that Krishna is God, but still the conception of God went at the God, and the relationship they shared with Krishna was of friend. That's why Arjun comes under the Sakyaras. And finally, ATMANIVEDANAM. ATMANIVEDANAM means completely surrendering oneself in all respects to Krishna. So these are the 9 limbs of Bhakti. So in our Shastras, in especially Srimad Bhagavad Puran, so there is an example for each limb. That is, great devotees, just by adhering to one limb of the 9 process of Bhakti, they attain perfection. For example, The first starts with Shravanam. Hearing about Krishna is the prime aspect of beginning our bhakti. Because when we hear about Krishna, the transcendental pastimes of Krishna, the transcendental qualities of Krishna, then naturally our love for Krishna awakens and all our misgivings are naturally gone away. So that's why the bhakti begins with the Shravanam. So the best example for Shravanam is Parikshit Maharaj, the grandson of Arjun. So Parikshit Maharaj, when he got to know that to die within 7 days, he then immediately left all his responsibilities of the kingdom and handed over to the son and heard Srimad Bhagavad Puran for 7 days from the lotus mouth of Shukadeva Goswami. And the Srimad Bhagavatam is fully filled with the glories and the divine pastimes of Krishna with his devotees. Different avatars of Krishna appearing on this world. So when he heard all these things, by the 7th day, he directly went back to Godhead, to Goloka Vrindavan, Vaikuntha. So this is how hearing is so effective. If one just adheres to this principle of hearing and he constantly hears the glories of Lord, he naturally becomes attracted to Krishna, to God, very easily. And the second one is Shravanam Kirtanam. And the best example for the Kirtanam is Shukadeva Goswami. Because for 7 days continuously he spoke the glories of Krishna. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. So Kirtanam has many aspects. So one way of doing Kirtan is to chant the names of Krishna with a group of devotees. That is called Sankirtan. And the other way is to chant the glories of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna and the pastimes of Krishna. That is like a katha, that is a discourse on Srimad Bhagavad Puran. So any one of them will also give the benefit of increasing our bhakti for Krishna. So Sukadeva Goswami spoke continuously 7 days on Krishna Leela in front of Parikshit Maharaj and many other assembled sages. So Krishna tells in Bhagavad-gita that Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Krishna is telling here that Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata. Those who are my devotees, they are always engaged in singing or chanting my glories. Satatam means always. Kirtayanto mam. Kirtayanto mam means they are singing my glories. Kirtayanto mam. Yatantascha dridhavrata. Yatanta means to endeavor. Yatantascha dridhavrata, with full determination. Nitya yukta upasate. Like this, they are always engaged in my devotion. So this is what Krishna is describing the qualities of his devotees. How they are always engaged in chanting his fame. And further, next is smaranam. Smaranam is to remember Krishna. When we have heard about Krishna and when we have chanted about Krishna, then we naturally remember Krishna all the time. Maybe his instructions or his pastimes or his qualities. So we remember Krishna in different ways. So the best example for the smaranam is Prahlad Maharaj. Though Prahlad was put in so many difficulties by his father Hiranyakashipu, but Prahlad never got disturbed by any of the things. And he never got affected by any of the things. Like Hiranyakashipu tried to kill him in so many different ways, by throwing him from the cliff of the mountain, by giving him poison, by taking him with sharp weapons, or putting him in the fire. So in different ways he tried to kill, but it never affected him. because he was in constant remembrance of Vishnu. That is called smaranam. So Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that Ananya chetah satatam yo mam smarati nityasah tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yogina. So Krishna is saying Ananya chetah satatam. Ananya means Anya means others. Ananya means no other thing. One pointed attention. Ananya chetah satatam. Chetah means in your consciousness. Chetana. Satatam means always. Always in your consciousness without any other subject. You are completely remembering me. Yo mam smarati nityashaha. Yo mam smarati means those devotees who are always remembering me. Tasyaham sulabha partha. Tasyaham means to them sulabha. Sulabha means very easily or very quickly. Sulabha partha, O Arjun, nitya yuktasya yogina, because they are continuously engaged in my remembrance and my devotion, I am very easily attain to them. Means they will easily attend to me. They will come to me very quickly. There was a great devotee, his name was Surdas, who appeared in North India. So Surdas' village was very near to Govardhan. Govardhan is a place near Vrindavan. Govardhan is the same mountain which Krishna lifted for 7 days. So there he used to go to Gopalji temple every day to sing bhajan for him. So, and you would also get the prasadam there. You would take food afternoon, lunch. So there, once he was taking prasadam, and every day he was served by a boy. His name was Gopal. And one fine day, the boy just served him and he went off. And Surdas, because he was blind, he could not see anything. He was taking prasada, and when the particles got stuck in throat, he started calling, Gopal, Gopal, please give me water. So like this, he started calling. Then Gopal, Krishna himself came. Then Gopal, Krishna brought the water which was kept in the golden glass for himself and gave it to Surdas. And Surdas drank the complete water. And he felt it is divine experience of drinking that divine water, because that was a prasad of Gopal Krishna. Then next day morning, the pujari of the Gopal Mandir started searching for the glass of Lord, and he was not getting the glass, and he announced in front of everyone that the glass is missing. And then the Gopal who used to serve Surdas, he saw the glass was present in the room where Surdas used to take prasad. And everybody understood, because Surdas was blind, he could never come into the temple and take the glass. The Lord himself has brought the glass of water. So then everybody understood that Surdas is such a great devotee. So this shows that Krishna is saying, Yomam smarati nityashaha. Always one who is remembering me, tasyaham sulabha partha. I am very quickly pleased by them, and I am attained to them, and they will attain me. Then further we see PADASEVANAM. In PADASEVANAM, the example of a devotee is Lakshmi ji, because Lakshmi ji is always seated at the lotus feet of Vishnu, and she is serving the lotus feet of Vishnu, and is engaged in all the services in Vaikuntha to just please Vishnu. PADASEVANAM, then ARCHANAM. In Srimad Bhagavatam there is a great devotee called as Prithu, who is known for ARCHANAM. Then VANDANAM. VANDANAM is to offer prayers. The Akrura, who went to Vrindavan from Mathura to bring Krishna to Mathura. In his journey to Vrindavan, he was continuously offering prayers to Krishna that when will the time come I'll have your darshan. Then VANDANAM, DASYAM. Hanuman is the best example for Dasyam because he was eagerly waiting always to serve Lord Ram. He is ready to do anything to please Ram. And it's mentioned in scriptures, the servant, the highest class of servant is know the mind of master and to execute. Not just do what is told by the master. Like Ram told Hanuman to go and find Sita. But he did one more step. He gave warning to Ravan by burning the whole Lanka. This was not told by Ram, but still he did. This is the extraordinary attitude of service. So Dasyam. Then Sakhyam. Sakhyam means loving Krishna as a friend. Like Arjun. He is the best example for this. Then finally ATMANIVEDANAM. ATMANIVEDANAM is completely surrendering everything to Krishna. So Krishna tells in Bhagavadgita that Etu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha anyanyenaiva yogina mam dhyayanta upasate. So here Krishna is saying Etu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha. So all your activities and your everything you are engaged in me. So this is ATMANIVEDANAM. Completely surrendering to Krishna. Examples we have is Ambarish Maharaj. He was a king, but still he was always engaged in devotion to Krishna, and he also made all his praja, his subordinates, to engage in devotion to Krishna. And we also see the example of Bali Maharaj. When Krishna came as Vaman Dev, he surrendered everything to Vishnu. So that's why Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 12 in the following verse that Tesham aham samuddarta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami na chirat partha maya veshita chetasa. Tesham means for those who are completely surrendered unto me. Their every activity is there, everything which they are associated with. Then Tesham aham samuddarta. Aham means I. So Krishna is telling personally I will come to take them from this samsara and I will take them to Vaikuntha. Tesham aham samuddarta mrityu samsara sagarat. Mrityu means this place of death. Samsara sagarat, the ocean of death, and the samsara, this material ocean, this material world which is like an ocean of miseries, and the samsara, Bhava Bandhana, I will take away from this.